CBN sometimes last year gave approval in principle to about 16 operators to run mobile money transfer. Now, like I explained earlier, mobile money transfer is also essentially, apart from the convenience of carrying your money all around in your wallet, on your mobile phone, it's essentially also meant to enhance financial inclusion. If you read regularly CBN reports, annual reports, you will also find out that about 70% of the entire money that has been printed is outside the banking sector. This again is also not too far-fetched, right? Especially when you also consider the fact that out of 150 million, we don't have more than 23 million bank accounts. So clearly, there are some monies, that are not going through the financial system. And mobile money is essentially also meant to capture such monies. Capture in the sense that bring into reckoning, so that, for statistic purpose, and well, I guess for those in banking, they will say, for money creation, right, we also need to bring all this into the confines of reckoning, so to say.
Using their mobile phone. In a 6-month pilot project, an NFC phone is used as a debit card. NFC, or near-field communication, is a technology which makes the wireless exchange of information, such as payment orders, over short distances possible. The applications of NFC are unlimited and aimed at enhancing customer convenience. In this pilot, the mobile phone replaces both the debit card and the wallet that holds credit notes for empty bottles and some small change. The customer returns a couple of empty deposit bottles. To produce a credit note for his returned empty bottles, the customer holds his phone near the NFC logo. The phone is detected by the machine. In this case, the machine does not print a paper credit note, but sends an electronic receipt to the phone instead. The phone beeps and displays the credit note. At the service till in the supermarket, the customer decides to directly deposit his credit notes on his bank account or to donate his credits to charity. He can also take his credit to the checkout to settle it with the payment for his groceries. This function can easily be extended to a loyalty discount scheme, for example. The customer donates part of his empty bottle credits to charity. Later at the checkout, he exchanges the rest of his credits. After picking up his groceries, he goes to the checkout line. The cash register displays the sum total. The customer holds his phone near the NFC logo. The phone beeps. The empty bottle credit is subtracted from the total. Similar to using his debit card, the customer has to enter his personal identification number. He has now made a transaction using his Rabobank account. The receipt shows that the groceries were paid with the account number of Mr. van der Wal. A mobile phone replaces wallet and debit card. Very easy. The pilot Pay with Your Mobile Phone is an initiative of Logica CMG and Schuitema in close cooperation with Rabobank, KPN, NXP Semiconductors and RFID Platform Nederland.
And my country, Kenya, is leading the way. Only 4 million Kenyans have bank accounts, but 10 million people here use an M-Pesa money transfer service. This shop is one of 17,000 agents throughout the country.
Customers come and do M-Pesa transactions, they either deposit or they withdraw cash.
Customers transfer money electronically using their mobile phone, and the agent converts it into Kenya shillings. Safaricom launched M-Pesa just 3 years ago, and already half the adult population is using it, many to send money to family living in the countryside.
I don't have to travel from here to Oranga to take money to my parents. I can just send it from here. And within seconds, the cash is in their phones, and they are going to withdraw it and enjoy themselves.
When I'm away and the workers need to purchase maybe a material or something like that, I don't have to go where they are. I just send money to them with their phone. Then they will withdraw it wherever they are and work is done. So I find it very efficient.
Patrick showed us how he loads up electronic value on his phone.
So I give her my mobile phone number. Now I'm receiving a message from M-Pesa to confirm Kenya shillings 100 cash. I have to sign that I've received that money. Now I can send this money where I want. Pay bill, electricity, water, buy some items.
M-Pesa users say they value the service because it's convenient, cheap, and safe.
Initially I thought it is a con man, but when it worked, I found it good. Since then, I've been using it.
Green M-Pesa shops are popping up everywhere, including here in Kibera, a slum of more than 1 million people in my hometown of Nairobi.
There's so many banks around here where I can withdraw the cash. It simply makes work easier for me.
Anytime you like to use it, everywhere you go, you will find M-Pesa.
A city within a city, Kibera has a fully operating economy. Poor people buy and sell small goods in busy toy markets. Millions of tiny cash transactions like this take place every day.
I use M-Pesa. I use it when I buy maize from the garden.
Before M-Pesa, small merchants like Mary sent money using informal bus and matatu companies. But these companies aren't licensed to transfer money, so it's risky. The cost and inconvenience of traveling to the city center meant that Mary was effectively excluded from banking services. But today, mobile money is bringing banking to Kibera, and M-Pesa is a gateway to financial inclusion. Innovations in mobile money are changing the face of banking in Kenya. The dream of financial inclusion is seeing the light of day, and my country is leading the way.
Testing standards like DAB or DRM are designed for one-to-many media propagation. So the traditional radio channels will survive with modern digital technology using the extra features like text message, MPEG surround or journal line for the breaking news. What's the next one? So actually the broadband internet radio and the digital radio now are not so competitive in a competition way. They are more complementary actually. So you have the best of the two worlds, coverage better than the AM, quality like FM, low cost by energy saving and field proven technology. So this is what I wanted to say about DRM. I just thank you for your attention.
What government is building is a bit like a retail shop. I build a supermarket, but I don't necessarily own the goods in it. So if I build a shop, I know that the buyer and the seller are coming to that shop. And then anybody who wants to sell bread will have a store, and anybody who wants to sell groceries will have a store. So that service delivery platform creates an opportunity for you to go straight to delivering services that add value instead of embarking on infrastructure build-outs from the ground up every time you intend to deliver an automated process. Next slide. Okay, this is all written somewhere, and I believe it is in terms of everything that has been said in this country, accelerated economic growth. What can broadband do? The point is, if broadband can create accelerated economic growth, what can drive broadband? What drives broadband is the content in broadband. It is the various initiatives that have been discussed here today that makes people seek broadband. People are not going to seek 40 megs of broadband because they want to browse faster, like one of the PTOs will have us believe. But that's essentially what? Economic growth. Next slide, please. The other benefits are obvious. FDIs, growing knowledge-based economy, create jobs, reduce tension in the land because tension is traceable to hunger, hunger is traceable to no jobs, and so on and so forth. Increase business efficiency and get this nation back on its feet as we begin to go. Last slide, please.
Yeah, so in conclusion, thank you very much for the time that it has taken. I hope it hasn't been too torturous, but in conclusion, there are a lot of high aspirations for transformation. It's not just words, there are initiatives, there are things that are happening that may not be so obvious at this time, especially in the private sector. Everybody's in Lagos, everybody has quite a lot to do. There are a lot of opportunities to pick up, but these initiatives are there, and the initiatives are well thought through, and the initiatives also give room for a lot of collaboration. At any point in time, there's a lot of interaction with the private sector so that views are shared just in case we're missing the way. Again, the essential point is government, because of its responsibility, has to take the leadership in terms of partnering with the private sector, set a few things in motion, but by no means is government thinking that it can do certain things, especially e-government, without collaboration. I will stop here. I do hope that I have evoked one or two things within you, and at any point in time, there are forums like this to be able to share feedback from you, but I will appreciate whatever it is you can ask. Thank you very much for your time and patience.
Would be to improve on these services, but in addition, it would be nice to see how the telcos come up with bundles, data bundles, similar to what is in place today for social networking services, etc. It says, okay, we've got a data bundle for mobile financial services. And this then drives to what Frank mentioned about content. I mean, with that, you've got the need being created by the mobile revolution, the mobile payment revolution, and it can only get exciting for everybody. And these are some of the thoughts that I have to share. That then takes us to the tipping point. If we improved on all these carrier media and laid specific emphasis on improving broadband, then you'll find an exponential increase because it's a game of numbers, really. At the end of the day, the experience we've had piloting this in Nigeria for about a year suggests that getting to the mass market, which is at the core of the whole strategy, is easier said than done. And so it's like a normal distribution curve, right? To get to that critical mass where it starts to auto increase, you need to provide the right combination of channels, delivery media, that makes it possible. I mean, you mentioned, for instance, the restrictions with using Java as a means of getting the application to the phone. You mentioned the STK application as a very smart way of tackling the issues of security.